At Bianchi Honda, we want to exceed your expectations for customer service. From our gorgeous showroom and accommodating staff to our extraordinary selection of Honda vehicles and industry-leading service department. Your vehicle should be the best choice for you, and you can find it here at Bianchi Honda. I'm Jason Perico, and I promise to always make it worth a visit.
Welcome back, everybody. I am James R. on this Monday, November 16th, 5:05 p.m. I'm telling you what, unbelievable. We're talking hoops already, and as I said, I cannot wait to get to Clarion and watch the Gannon women and the Gannon men, just so I have a picture of what I'm going to be watching all year, and when coaches come in, what I'm talking about. And, much to your surprise, I'm sure you're surprised that I do try and keep total track of it before the season. I want to welcome Gannon women's coach Jim Brunelli. Coach, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
Excellent. Just my grandson was just born.
That's what you were saying. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Lincoln James.
Oh, nice. Okay, I like that. Got my name in there. Got my name in there.
And it was named after you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I appreciate that.
An LJ the rest of his life.
LJ, I like it.
Hey, boy, as I said, I'm trying to assimilate all this football information.
All right.
And as I said, I can't wait till Wednesday. At least you've got a couple games to talk about.
Yeah.
So it's odd for the men opening with a league game.
Right.
You've got a couple games under your belt, regular season games. Tell us, even before the first game, how practices went and everything. There's just so much you get caught up on.
Yeah. Since last time we let off, practices have gone pretty well. We had some kids with some nagging injuries, banged up, had a couple ankles, had a couple fingers where kids missed a couple days of practice. But for the most part, practices have gone pretty well. And then it was just a matter of, we had a couple scrimmages, and then we had an exhibition game, and then, we just got back from a road trip that took us over to the Westchester Carol Ekman tournament, where we played 2 games over there, Central State and Lincoln. And it's great to make that trip and come back 2-0, because that's a long trip.
What were your concerns going in for getting injuries? What were you anxious to see in these 2 games?
It's one of those things where as a coach, if I try to worry about who could get hurt, I would never sleep. I would constantly be up. So I try to get that out of my head. And the thing that I was really happy about is we went into those 2 games healthy. Healthy. We had a couple kids miss a scrimmage here and there, miss an exhibition game because of injury. But going back, we had a week to get people healthy. And so nobody was injured. We had some kids, muscles and pulled muscles and stuff like that, but other than that, we were really healthy. Our biggest concern going in was our first opponent, Central State, same coach but 9 new players, so we kind of had an idea of what
they're always pretty good.
Yeah, and we kind of had an idea of what they were gonna do. We just didn't have enough film to show of kids who were there because they had 9 new players. Then our second game at Lincoln, it was the reverse. A lot of players were back, but they had a brand new coach, and that coach got signed on, I think, late August. And so we had an idea of what the players could do, and they came off one of the best years in women's college basketball at their school. They were 22-9, had a real nice year. So it was interesting. I wasn't sure, what we were going to do, but I was really proud of the ladies. They did an excellent job. The first game, everybody got in, everybody got to play. Second game, a good majority of them got to play, and we had a lot of good balanced scoring, did some nice things, and we're looking forward. I can't believe we're going, we have a conference game, but that's just the way the PSAC is.
I guess. Did you start the same 5 both games?
I did.
Did you know you were going to, or were you looking the first night to see who's going to keep their starting job?
No, we went into... Actually, it was pretty interesting. We went into all of our scrimmages that we had in our exhibition games. We started the same 5. It was just a matter of we had one of our freshmen who didn't get to play in any of the exhibition games or scrimmages because she was injured. So what do we have? 12 players. 11 of them got to play throughout the scrimmage, an exhibition game, and then she was just the only one that we haven't seen other than in our practices live. So, but everybody did. We had an idea going in who was gonna be our starters.
I've noticed early on the coaches really are scrambling for a rotation. First, how deep do you normally go? How do you like to go by the time you're, I was going to say in conference, which is another day.
Yeah.
But I mean, how do you set up your rotation, and usually, ideally, how deep do you go?
Well, in the last couple of years, we've gone very deep, 9, 10 players.
That's what I thought.
But like I told the team, coming off of this year, that's probably going to change this year. And I've done a lot of research, talked to a lot of coaches that are my friends, and when we're playing 10, 11 people, and the different lineups in, we're still going against, and some of the teams in our conference are still going against their top 5. So that wasn't working out for us. So we're gonna try to play the best. If we have to play 7, 8 kids this year, and that's all we play, that's what we're gonna do. We're trying to find those. I think I have an idea of who our 6, 7, 8, 9 would be. If we go 9, I know I got our 6 and 7. That's for sure. But it's just one of those things where over the years I've been playing 9, 10, 11 kids, and we've been doing okay. But I want certain games there may only play 6, 7 players just because we got to have our best going against their best.
All right. Are you geared for your system with this talent, or do you tweak a little even this early on?
Yeah, we've changed some things this season. We have a brand new offense that we're running. We're just trying to be a little bit more up tempo because we have kids with a little bit more athletic ability that can run the floor. If you look at our starters, who we have in there, and our 6th and 7th player and maybe 8th player, they're all athletic, which they can get up and down the floor extremely fast. So we've changed things a little bit than what we've done the last 2 years. And so far, knock on wood, it's been going pretty good. The ladies had to adapt to this new style offense, but they've done very well. And I think over the course of the season, as we get going in it and it gets more familiar with them, we'll get better as the season goes on.
All right. How about some names? Who's starting?
Right now at the point guard spot, we have Amanda Birchtold. At our 2, it's McKenna Shives. She's a sophomore.
Right.
Our 3 right now is Morgan Neighbors, who's a senior. Our 4 is Brianna Brennan, who's a junior.
Yep.
And our senior center is Jenny Teese.
Right. She had a good start.
Yeah, she had a really good start. What I really enjoyed over this weekend was just seeing the balanced attack. When you lose 4 starters from what we had last year, 3 of them were 1,000-point scorers. Another was a 1,000-point read. You sit and you scratch it and you're like, geez, where are we going to get points from?
Right.
So that's why we made this change to what we were doing. And it's worked out. I told the team coming in we were going to make this change, and I think it would help us. It would put our players in the best situations. That's all a coach wants to do, is put their players in the most positive situations. And so far in the first 2 games, it come out very well. We've had a really good balanced attack scoring. 3 players in double figures. Then we have another 2 or 3 that are 6, 7, 8, 9 points. So things have been going pretty well. Yesterday's game, we didn't shoot as well as we did our first, but our free throws were dead on. We shot a really high percentage in the second half, and then we out-rebounded, and we shared the ball. I think we had like 16 assists to 11 turnovers, which I was really happy with.
Kind of your designated three-point shooter?
Well, we have quite a few, because out of this is the first year that we've really had a 2, 3, and 4 player that can shoot the 3. And actually, out of our starters, everyone has the ability to shoot the 3. Even Jenny T, she'll shoot them in practice, and she's been knocking them down. That's not saying we're going to call a play for her to hit a 3,
right,
but she has that ability, and we haven't had that at all at Gannon, where all 5 players could have 3-point range.
Who will be first off the bench?
It has been the last, during our exhibition game and our scrimmage, it has been a freshman, Alyssa Ellerbrock. She's come in and had a really nice camp so far. She can play. She's played the 1, 2, and the 3.
Okay.
And actually, late in Our Lincoln game, she came in, we had 4 guards and 1 post. So she was a 4 player.
All right.
But we had 4 guards and 1 post. So right now she's been the early one to come off the bench because she is very versatile. And then in the last couple games, we had Lenise Saunders has come in.
Nice.
And then everybody has seen some time. Lenise has come in. We've had another freshman, Lauren Tavis. She's a guard, like a 3 player. We had Nicole LaCava come in and play. She had some key offensive rebounds in yesterday's game. And she's a post player, 4 player. And then our freshman center came off the bench as well. But we have a couple other players on the bench who have gotten some time. Kelsey Herbert is a center, and then we had LaShawna Gatewood, who's a transfer, who saw some time as well. So we have the ability to go deep. It's just a matter of how we're going to match up. In the Lincoln game, they had a lineup in there for a good part of the game where they didn't have anybody over 5'8". They were all 5'3", 5'6", 5'5", 5'7", and they were just water bugs just all over the place. So we had to go with a little smaller lineup and a little more athletic lineup.
All right, talking with women's coach Jim Brunelli from Gannon University. Going to take a break, come back, take a look at the upcoming schedule. Welcome back, everybody. Talking basketball with Gannon women's coach Jim Brunelli in his 3rd year.
Yeah,
already.
3rd year. Can you believe it?
No.
I can't either.
The way time flies with everything
Sure does.
is incredible. Coach, let's take a look at Clarion now. And again, you have 2 games under your belt, but basically it's like starting the season with a league game, and that's the way it is for the men. Well, you don't prepare any different for a league game. Coaches try and win everything.
Yeah. You want to go in and we're watching film. My assistant coach Jessica DeVille, that was her scout, so she's been watching film. They went and saw him play live. They had an exhibition game, so they went. She went and saw him play live, and then we have film of their last 2 games, and we'll prepare for them tomorrow, and get ready because we had the way our tournament's set up. We gave them off today because we have to give them off a day. And so it's not fun to give them off 2 days before a game, but we had to with the NCAA rules. So we'll get after them. We'll prepare for them tomorrow, but all the coaches have watched film on them, and that we just got to go play our game.
Have they won anything yet?
No, but they're putting up a lot more points than they have in the past.
Do they have new faces?
They have several. They still have the young lady from Villa, Harden Pulliam.
No.
And then they have a new one.
Pulliam.
Yeah, the guard. They have her, and then they have a new kid who played at Villa
Right.
as well. And they've seen time. So we'll see how it goes. It's one of those things where it's a league game, and we stress that because that's what we have to do. We have to go take care of business, and it's another game on the road. So our kids have had that ability to go play on the road. So hopefully we'll stay healthy and we'll go compete on Wednesday night.
Now, with Clarion and the new faces, do they have a 2nd-year coach now? Didn't they have a legendary coach there?
Yeah,
Coached
I coached under Guy Parsons, who was there for a long time, and then last year they got a new coach, so this is her 2nd year.
Okay, so can you tell off film if they're progressing or?
All we look at is, we look at if they're doing anything different, set-wise, offense-wise, defense-wise, and we picked up on a couple things, and just they have some new faces, They went down, and she brought in some new kids, some freshmen, some junior college kids, and some transfers and things like that. So the one thing we've noticed definitely is they've put up a lot more points than they have in the past. So that's always something that we have to be concerned with because they have some kids that can score, and they have some good kids coming back. The Holmes kid is a preseason all-conference player, and we just have to go and play our game on both ends of the court.
Now, is it odd? Is that your choice to have so many games in a short amount? Did you want a couple before a league game, or because we're going to talk about your schedule coming up, which doesn't end, it seems.
No.
So you had 2 games. You got a league game Wednesday. Did you set that up, and is that the way you wanted it?
No, the PSAC sets up that schedule.
Right.
So any PSAC
but I'm saying,
game.
The men didn't have a regular season.
Well, yeah, we're always going to start off playing because it's so hard to play. We get 4 non-conference games, and it's hard to. You got to play them in the first part of the year for us because everybody in our region has quite a few teams in it. So it's not like you can just catch a break in. Like last year, we caught a break in February. But you just can't plan for that. That team had a bye week, we had a bye week. So I was like, that's perfect. But you can't schedule. I don't schedule that way. I try to get games early on so that that we've played before we get into conference.
All right.
So we set up, and the only thing about the Carroll Ekman tournament, that usually was run Friday, Saturday, but because of volleyball and stuff, they had to move it to a Saturday, Sunday, which kind of threw a wrench in our plans, but hey, it worked out for us. Our kids were focused and ready to go.
All right, so you got your third road game Wednesday. Are you going down the day of the game?
Yes, yeah. Clarion, 2-hour trip, little over that, and I believe Interstate 80 now is open because they were having some issues where there was a lot of construction, and teams were getting delayed in, the early part of the year, early September when it was really bad. But we just got the word that it's been good the last couple weeks. So
otherwise, I'll be going through Franklin.
Yeah, right. So we got 3 road games, and then finally we'll get to the Hammer Mill this weekend. Saturday, Sunday we have East-West crossover games.
Do those games count in the standings?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. They
Jeez,
counted They counted last year, and they'll count this year. My first year, they didn't count, so they decided to count them, and I don't have a problem with that. If we have to play them, they better count. That's the way I look at it. So, but yeah, we have East-West crossover, and it's we get Millersville on Saturday, and then Shippensburg on Sunday.
See, but the difference in football, you can't play the whole East,
right?
Or the same.
Well, we can't play the whole East either. We only play 6 teams.
Out of
what, 9? I think there's 9 and 9. Yeah.
If you're not apples to apples, and there were a couple football teams that drew 1 and 2 powers, and the other one had the bottom.
Oh yeah.
And that's 2. 6 or you get a shot anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting how they do the scheduling for all the other sports, and I know sometimes they don't count. I don't know if they count for football or not, but
no. But what I told you, they did. At the time.
Yeah.
So one team's playing great against 2 teams, and the other's not having a good game against bad teams and winning, and the other's losing.
Oh, no.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, it's tricky.
So who do you have this weekend? I know coaches hate to look ahead. But
yeah, they're on the schedule. It's Millersville on Saturday at 1.
They're always good, right?
Yeah. Coach Flagg does a great job over there. And then we have Shippensburg on Sunday at 1.
And you know anything about them yet?
They have a lot of the players back from last year, so that's nice. Coach Tern does a great job over there. The East is going to be strong this year, but we don't look ahead. We concentrate on one game, one day at a time. So we got Clarion coming up, and that's who we're focused on right now.
How many seniors on your team?
We have 5.
Okay.
We have 5. We have Amanda Birchtold. We have Morgan Neighbors. We have Jenny Teese, we have Lashana Gatewood, and we have Marissa Guyton.
All right. Is anybody sitting out? Do you have anybody sitting out?
We have one player that will be out for the year with an ACL. That's Kelsey Duggar. So.
Is she from Gilmore?
She is. She's from Gilmore.
She had that before, didn't she?
Yeah. She got hurt last year. Yeah, she got hurt last year, but she's had the surgery. She's doing really well. She's at our practices. She's upbeat. She's positive. She's looking to make another comeback. So we're excited.
So I know you're always recruiting. Every coach is always recruiting. Do you go by? We need 2 post players, 2 wings, and a point, or we need this, or will you take best athletes? What's your philosophy?
It's most of the time it's you try to replace what you're losing if you can. And this year the 16 class, we have 2 that signed already. 1 signs tomorrow at their official signing day at their school, and then we'll release it. But we're excited about them. We went with they're actually all 3 of them can play the guard spot, like the 1, 2, and the 3. They all fill in that spot, and this group coming in this year really fits with the kids that we brought in that are going to be freshmen this year. So it's kind of on a grand scheme of things and what we're making changes with how we want to do things offensively, defensively. This year we're starting it. We have some kids in that will be able to play the way we want. We're going to sign 3 who fit that mold, and we'll go from there. But it's usually, hey, if we lose a couple post players, you try to replace those. Right. But we brought in a couple post players last year, so we really don't need a post player, but the first 3 are guards, and we'll give that fourth one that'll be a post.
You hold one back for possible transfers?
You know, you always have that in the back of the minds, especially with, you know, some of the kids that, you know, last year we lost a couple kids who went D1. And, you know, I always wish them the best. I want them to have a great experience. But I always leave it that, hey, if for some reason it doesn't work out, you know, come on back, let me know. So we'll see how that goes. But you can't really, I don't like to count on that because it's not a definite. I like to sign kids early. We get out, we watch them, we make our grade on them, and then we bring them on campus and we try to see if, you know, what their interest is. But you know, it'll be a waiting game in the spring, but we'll at least sign two players in the spring.
Before I forget, so you'll be gone halftime of the men's game at Clarion, just so I can tell Sean.
There is that possibility. It depends on how long it takes our kids to shower.
If you're available at halftime,
definitely
for you know, an interview.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that how we usually?
Yeah, we usually do it.
Yes,
okay. Yes, that's correct.
Coach Jim Brunelli, certainly appreciate it.
Hey, it's good to be back, and I appreciate you having me on.